Kia ora e aroha nonui, whano e whanonga. So today is a beautiful day and we are going to be doing a pick a card reading on your current life lesson. Before we get started, if you'd like to support the channel or book a tarot reading, the details for that are in the description box below. So let's start with the KARAKIAS and then we'll get into the readings. Puretia mai, te toro o te rangi, kia tina, kia whena, kia toka te manawa ora, tina toka te manawa ora ki whea, tina toka te manawa ora, ki a ranganui e tūne, ki a papatua nuku e takoto ne, ki tēnā o tā tau te whānau, ngā whanonga me ngā peringa, karanga maha a piti a tū ki te hunga e mauiui, ki te hunga e tamia ana e te puritanga e rongo whakariaya ake ki runga kia tina huie taike e manawa mai te mori nuku, manawa mai te mori rangi, ko te mori kai o he mori tipua, ka pakaro mai te po, to mai te mori, humie huie taike e. And as always, before I get started, I would just like to acknowledge the rightful owners of this land and give my love and thanks for being able to live and experience and practice on your land. Okay, so let's get into the piles. Okay, and so for today we have the key for group 1, the Ankh for group 2, the green sea glass for group 3, and rose quartz for group 4. Now the way that we're going to do this is the first group of cards for each pile, the first group of cards is your previous lesson and how learning that lesson can help you get through your current lesson. The second group is current lessons. Third is how to heal in order to move forward, and then we'll look at where moving forward will take you. So pick a number and we'll have a look at those for you right now. Okie dokie, so for those who chose group number 1, the key. So spiritually, keys are representative of opening new doors, removing obstacles, new opportunities, la-di-da-di-da, all that stuff. So let's have a look. What was your previous life lesson and how learning that can help you get through your current lesson? So we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So with this, let me just get comfortable. So with this card being representative of your previous life lesson, for me this is either over drinking, over partying, or having a habit of either making the wrong relationships or not making any, like just isolating and sort of keeping to yourself way too much. And then for your current lesson, we actually got 2 cards here. So we have Alice in the Sea of Tears, cast away out of your depth and feeling abandoned. Okay, so we have more to the story. And pose brave flight in reverse. You will not let fear stop you this time. Okay. And for how to heal in order to move forward, we have the Emperor in reverse and the 6 of Cups. And where moving forward will take you is the Fairy Ring, new skills, advanced training, and rapid improvements. So what I'm seeing is that your previous lesson here with the 3 of Cups is more to do, like I said, with relationships. previously it was relationships to do with other people, but in this lesson I'm sort of seeing that perhaps there was some traumas or some negative thinking patterns that you sort of brought on into this current lesson a little bit. And because this is more, I feel, focusing on yourself. So what I feel like your current life lesson is sort of how to deal with being alone. So we've sort of gone from not everyone is perfect, and I accept this, and I understand this. My mistakes are not bad, they're just life lessons, so we acknowledge that. And you've done a lot of healing. I feel like maybe people in group 1 have gone through a fair bit when it comes to involving yourself with other people. And so this one is involving yourself with yourself. Your current life lesson here is, so, you know, due to what you've learned previously, you know, I think for you guys, there's some sort of like negative nostalgia in terms of remembering what happened and how it happened, and allowing that to not let you move forward. And almost like an anxiety thing, like a paralyzing anxiety thing here with post-brave flight, you're sort of letting it control and dictate, and like I said, paralyze you. So like you're not actually moving anywhere, you're not going backwards because you don't want to go back there, you're not moving forwards because you don't want it to happen again with different people. So you're sort of stuck at the moment. And how to heal from this in order to move forward. Now, you could be a dude, you could be a lady, you could be a dude that looks like a lady. But what I'm seeing here is reconciliation with your feminine energies. Now, it doesn't really matter what gender you are. Everyone has masculine traits and everyone has feminine traits. That's just, you know, that's just basic shit. And at the moment, it's your caring and nurturing and compassionate side, more so I feel with yourself and how you see the world around you. It's that feeling, that energy that needs to be healed and reconciled with. And so this is healing and moving forward. And then this is where that healing and moving forward is going to take you. The fairy ring. New skills, advanced training, and rapid improvements. So I see for you, it's just going to open you up to a lot more fun. And fun in a different way. I feel like for some of you, maybe fun was getting drunk and making a fool out of yourself. But I see maybe, you know, connecting with people, going out to have a good time, dancing, doing whatever it is that makes you happy and feel alive and free. That is where you're moving towards, the freedom, the liberation. So yeah, I hope that helped, and if you'd like to book a more personal reading to get more of an in-depth idea of what's going on here, the link is in the description box below. But thank you for watching and have a beautiful day. Okie dokie guys, so for those who chose the Ankh group 2, let's see, we have the Fool, the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Phoenix of the Waning Moon. Something is about to end for now. Butterflies in gloom, after sadness, happiness and hope return. The Knight of Swords, the Amphitrite card, Sea Queen's Blessing, and Little Red Riding Hood. I am not a victim. So let's start with your previous lesson, your previous life lesson, and how learning that can help you get through your current lesson here. So for your previous life lesson, we have the Fool card, and essentially what I'm seeing is that, you know, your previous life lesson was to essentially tune in, start figuring out, who it is that you are, what it is that you're here to do, and all of that stuff. Like, so I think for you guys in particular, there was some sort of like empty space inside of you, and maybe that's what pushed you to move forward. And now you sort of have an idea, you know, sort of like, for example, it could be music, you know, just as a general example. It's not going to be music for everyone, but you know, you don't know what genre, you know, there's all different types of music. You could sing, you could play an instrument, you could dance, you could do a musical, you know, like, but what you have is music, what you have is who you are, and what you have is your life experiences. And I feel like that was your previous life lesson. It's a pretty cool lesson. What your current lesson is, you need to currently be around more nature in order to heal your heart space. But I feel like with this card here, it is also about connecting with nature, grounding, centering, and balancing your energies as well, in order for this to work and this to work and your heart to be healed. That sort of needs to be happening for you. I think this is so you can get a bit more of a better foundation for whatever, you know, your life purpose, your destiny, your soul mission, whatever you want to call it, actually truly is, and how you're going to go about it. And, you know, so I think, yeah, I definitely think that perhaps for you, in order to heal your heart, you're going to get rid of some blockages. And in order to heal your heart, you need to be around more nature, because there's something in that for you. I feel like that makes you supremely happy to be, I don't know, in a rainforest somewhere. And that's sort of the energy that you want to pull out of yourself at this moment so you can move forward. So this is your current life lesson. How to heal in order to move forward, which we kind of touched on that with the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. But we have Phoenix of the waning moon. Something is about to end for now. Butterflies in gloom. After sadness, happiness and hope return. And the Knight of Swords. So what do you need to do in order to let yourself heal and move forward is to not do what the Knight of Swords is very well known for doing, which is going balls into something without a plan, without a stable foundation, without a structure, and then realizing that it's not for you and pulling out, well, you know, whatever reason it is. We also have after sadness, happiness and hope return. So if you are feeling sad right now, because maybe, you know, this whole situation of finding who you are, like your true authentic self, and what it is that you want to do with your life, and especially healing your heart, you know, it's a frustrating fucking situation because, you know, for a lot of people, you know, everybody has many different talents, and there are so many ways that you can make a living off your talents, especially these days. So, you know, figuring out which one is definitely fucking frustrating. But I see that frustration, that stagnant energy, this sort of like, I feel like you're sort of feeling a bit blocked. Sorry. Yeah, I definitely feel like you're feeling a bit blocked, but I'm getting that, you know, that saying, like, it's always darkest before the dawn. just wait for the dawn to come. And I think it's very interesting that this is, you know, has to do with butterflies, because I do definitely feel, and the phoenix as well, I do definitely feel that, you know, seeing these two images together as well is sort of like saying, like, you know, you're going through a rebirth moment, and rebirth is never comfortable. Transition, death, and rebirth is never comfortable, but it is necessary in order for you to change and grow. And once you do have the stability, once you do have everything that you need under your tool belt, all full speed ahead is also what the Knight of Cups, sorry, it's getting comfortable, it's very uncomfortable here. Full speed ahead is what the Knight of Swords is saying. Then we have where moving forward will take you. So essentially with the Amphitrite, Sea Queen's Blessings, and Little Red Riding Hood, I'm not a victim, this is you putting yourself out there more. This is you taking all of your power, all of your essential energy, your force, your life essence, this shit that makes you who you are, and showing it to the world, protecting it at the same time, but understanding that, you know, you're not going to hide. You're going to be free, you're going to be liberated, and you're going to do whatever it is the fuck that you want to do, with or without your permission. And, you know, do it like nobody else has done it before, essentially. Yeah, so that was your little reading for life lessons. If you'd like a more in-depth and personal reading, my link is in the description box below. Otherwise, have a beautiful day. Hello everyone that chose group 3, group 3, group-a-doopa 3, group-a-doopa. So group 3 who chose the green sea glass, I don't know why I can't talk right now. The green sea glass. Motherfucker. Let's see what you're currently going through right now. Okay. 9 of Swords. So your previous lesson was something to do with shame, something to do with guilt, but self-imposed shame and guilt is what I'm feeling. Sort of something that really doesn't need to be there. So I would imagine this has something to do with anxiety and trauma, because, you know, when you go through the triggers of that, that is essentially what we're talking about. So your previous life lesson and how learning that can help you get through your current lesson is that you have enough strength within you to do whatever it is that you need to do now. Your current life lesson is Dragonling Garden, a new world is born. How to heal in order to move on and move forward is the Sun in reverse. That's interesting. And where you're moving forward to, where this will take you. So we have the Mermaid of Immersion, complete commitment in reverse. And then we have Orca Magic. The Akashic libraries are now open, which is very interesting. Okay, so righty here then, ladies and gentlemen. So your previous life lesson, I'm going to say has to do with trauma. I'm going to say has to do with anxiety. I'm going to have to say that it has to do with more so mental and emotional abuse, because now I'm getting explained what I already know about mental and emotional abuse, and that is that you take on what your abuser does to you, and you do it to yourself, which is fucked, you know. It's a hard one to get out of. So this is your previous life lesson, so kudos to you. Your current life lesson is Dragonling Garden, a new world is born. So So how your previous life lesson can help your new life lesson is that I see that you are going, or either you're going to, or you are currently in the middle of creating a new world, a new reality, a new way of functioning in your own life for yourself. And that means you get to make the rules now. That means you don't worry anymore. You have the strength, the courage, and the fucking, that va-va-voom, whatever you want to call it. Like, just the... Let's call it balls. You have the balls to not give a shit about what other people think now, because you've gone through this. You have the balls to make your own rules, to decide what it is that you believe is best for yourself, because at the end of the day, who knows that better than you? Fucking no one. Maybe your guides. Actually, yeah, no, they do, but they're in support of this. So you now have the strength to do this. You now have the ability to do this. And for some of you, I'm getting inner child when I see the little dragon there. So for some of you, perhaps this had to do with you healing your inner child as well, which, children are imaginative. Children are creative. So in order for you to heal from this, maybe that woke up and healed your inner child at the same time. Now it's time for you to get ready to build a new world, and pretty much starships ago, like, there are no limits to what you are going to create. How to heal in order to move forward. We got the sun in reverse, so yeah, okay. So this is interesting, because what I'm getting with the sun in reverse is that you have everything that you need inside of you to pull this off. You just need to see it. You don't need a miracle. You don't need... Oh, wow, they're talking to me now, aren't they? Yeah, cool. We don't need a miracle. We don't need a blessing. We done the work. We did the work, and we are fully supported, we're fully protected, fully guided. We don't need a blessing, we don't need a miracle, we just need to make it happen. And once we realize this, we can move forward, okay? And moving forward will take you to a place where because of this situation, I'm assuming, what is good for you and what is not good for you. Because this, even though it says complete commitment, in the actual book it actually does talk about, the mermaid having to go from onto the land into the sea, which actually is a lot like Hina's story. Anyway, into the sea in order to clean herself from, you see all the toxic waste, like the green stuff. So, where this will get you is you won't have to deal with that anymore, because you know who/what is the toxic waste in your life, and you are completely fine, completely capable, completely willing to get rid of that shit. Doing this, now, this is the interesting part. For most people, when I get this card for people, this is about healing with the whale and dolphin spirit. However, it says the Akashic libraries are open, and I'm going to take this very seriously and assume that by doing these things, some kind of psychic or intuitive, whatever you want to call it, ability is going to happen. And I think for some of you, actually, because I'm just being reminded of something that I can do, I think for some of you, it's going to start off as you think of something and then somebody else says it. And it's just going to be like an automatic thing. Like, you have no idea how it happened or why it happened or what's going on. But it happens. And you know it happened because it keeps happening. So things like that, I think, are going to happen for you. And I think the whole reason to these two life lessons for you was in order to get you to a place where you can do that for yourself. And I really think that this will also help you see the phonies, because some of us, and I say us because I know I know we need to be careful of the phonies. We need to be careful of who is around us, because not everything is what it seems, dearie. Anyway, yeah, this was your reading. If you'd like a more in-depth and personal reading, details are in the description box below. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a beautiful day, guys. Okay, and last but not least, group 4, those who chose the rose quartz here. I have a stick, pointing stick. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Whatever. Let's move on. So your first card is for your previous lesson and how learning that can help you get through your current lesson. So we have the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's number 9. 9 of Wands. And with this, I think your previous life lesson had a lot to do with letting people in your head, letting what people thought and said and did convince you that that was just a norm, that that was okay, that that was the way it is and is always going to be, and that's the way you needed to act accordingly. But the thing is that that was not you. That was going completely against your true authentic self, and so you needed to stop that shit. So I feel like that was your previous life lesson. And what we have now as your current lesson is Little Owlin, wisdom as light as a feather. So I think this has a lot to do with going into an unknowing for you guys. You've discovered what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and you're allowing yourself to be who you are instead of what you feel. Like, I don't think anyone's actually put pressure on you, but I feel like this is just a feeling of you need to be who you think other people want you to be, so to speak. And now you have some wisdom around that, some inner knowing about who you are as a person. And it's interesting how group 1, 2, and 3 sort of trickled into the same thing, the same theme. How to heal in order to move forward. So we have the 5 of Wands and the Page of Wands. Okay. 4th card, where moving forward will take you. Frog Princess, heed wise counsel and listen. Wolf Moon, I will watch over you. The Delicate Fairy and her ferret. Change is natural, good, and yes, it can hurt. Where's my stick? Right, I have my pointing stick. Right, so yeah, okay, this has a lot to do with your intuition. This has a lot to do with who you are, knowing who you are, and fighting for who you are. Not necessarily putting on a big show of like, you can't change me, blah blah blah. This is, you're not going to change me. Not even if you're going to, not even if you tried. I wish a bitch would. And just like sitting there, calm as fuck, and doing your business. You know, so it's like fighting for who you are, but doing it like the Page of Wands, you know, just chill out, chill the fuck out. And I think we sort of learned that, because I feel like maybe with this, your previous life lesson, maybe you did get into fights with people about how you both thought things should be, and really upset you, really hurt you. You know, so going from that space, you sort of gained some wisdom around, you know, essentially not to do that anymore. And now this is talking about using that passion and making sure that nothing, you know, I'm not really seeing this as a fighting card so much. I'm seeing this guy here attacking this guy and he's just blocking it. I'm not sure if you can see that. So we have this guy attacking this guy and he's blocking it with his wand. So for a lot of you, I see you actually protecting your newfound true authentic self. And where that can take you, or will take you moving forward, is you will know your inner knowing. And I feel like for a lot of you, especially because the moon's here as well, a lot of this has to do with intuition. A lot of this has to do with not, because I will watch over you. So I feel like during this situation, I think you've gotten a bit closer to your guides or your inner guidance system or whatever you want to call it. The thing that looks out for you, and I think well, yeah, if you're aware of it, then you're aware of it. You know what it is. The thing that looks out for you is going to be able to communicate with you more clearly than before. And I feel like with this, a lot of changes are going to happen. And I don't think it's going to hurt so much as it's actually going to be uncomfortable for you, because this is things that you were certain that you were against, but now it's sort of coming to a state or stage where you only did that to protect yourself because you were hurt. So we're learning new things. You know, your guides are really, really wanting you to know that you are protected, you are being watched over. So even if it feels uncomfortable for you, listen to what they have to say. And if they say don't go, then don't go. If they say go on, do your best, have a good time, just try, then do that. And don't half-ass it. And know that nothing is going to happen that is terrible, because you are very well looked after. So, group number 4, this was your reading. If you'd like to book a more personal and in-depth reading, my details are in the description box below. Otherwise, have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching. Bye.